Hey there, my name is Russ Horn, and welcome back if you've been here before, and a warm welcome if you're just joining me. Today, I have another gift for you. This one can make you even more money. If you watched my first video, you know that I gave away a system that has made me more money than I can remember. Now today, it gets even better because I'm going to give you a second system that's been used by myself and my students to make money virtually on demand. Now this one is called the Forex Power PRO. I would like to say a huge thank you to everyone that left me some feedback. I just want to remind everyone that I will be choosing a few people who've left some constructive feedback in the comment section below to be trained by me on how to make money from the Forex markets. Now, did you know that 61% of people who want to learn to trade are earning less than $50,000 a year? Did you know that 53% of people that want to learn to trade, they want to do this because they're looking for some kind of financial stability in their lives that they don't currently have. 83% of people learning to trade Forex have no retirement plan at all. And this is a really scary thing. 95% of people that have tried trading have been very unhappy with their results. Now, why do I know these things? Because I've worked with thousands of people over the last several years from all over the world, and I've been collecting data on my students just like I would collect data on my different trading systems. In fact, it was this collection of data that led me to my biggest discovery in maybe over a decade. And this is why I'm happy to give away systems that I would normally charge for. Tomorrow, for the first time ever, I'm going to share with you why I'm giving most of my trading materials away and how you could get your hands on one of the most powerful yet easy systems that I've ever come across or seen. Click the download link that is below this video. You're going to download a zip file, and with this contains the Forex Power Pro. Now, download that file now. I will show you how to get the Forex Power Pro up on your charts, and then I'm going to show you the rules to this amazing system. I've downloaded my Forex Power Pro zip file. So what I'm going to do at this point is use it to install it onto my charts. Now I'm going to double click to open, and I'm going to run the Forex Power Pro exe. So double click this to launch it. This is the auto installer. So I'll click run, and I've got this warning. Yes. All right. So what I get now is my auto installer. I don't need the zip file open anymore. So just going to follow the steps of the installation wizard here. So next, now I've got a MetaTrader chart open. So what I'm going to do is in the upper right hand corner, just the X, I'm going to close the platform right down. Okay, I accept the agreement. Next, now I'm going to choose the platforms that I want to install the Forex Power Pro on. Now by default, your auto installer is going to look for every platform, MT4 platform that you have. So what I'm going to do is install it on my invast platforms. So I'm going to deselect all of the platforms I don't want it on and keep the platforms selected that I do want it on. All right, now that I've got my invast platform selected, I'm going to click next. And then next again, it's installing, click next, and it's going to run my invast platform after I click finish. So my invast platform, or whichever one that you've got, is going to launch automatically. It's going to launch automatically, and from here, I'm going to go to my templates file folder and just click on the Forex Power Pro. And this is going to get the Forex Power Pro automatically, indicators and everything, put on to my chart. So the next thing we're going to do is go over the rules of the Forex Power Pro. Now I want to show you the rules of the Forex Power Pro trading system. First of all, we're going to cover these different indicators, what they are and what they do. We've got the thick lines on the chart. Now these are 20 exponential moving averages of the high, which is the blue line, and of the low, which is the red line. And together they form a channel. Now this channel never crosses each other. The blue is always going to stay on top and the red is always going to stay below. This is how we're going to determine our entry, and this is how we're going to determine our initial stop loss. The next set of lines you'll notice are the dotted lines. So you've got these red dotted lines and the blue dotted lines. Now these are the same kind of channels of the highs and the low, but these are 10 period. So we are looking at 10 period exponential moving average of the high and of the low to form these dotted line channels. Now what this is going to do is tell us how we're going to manage our trade. I don't want a trade to go unmanaged, and this is how we're going to reduce our stop on every trade that we take. Underneath this price chart, we've got an RSI. Now this is a 10 period RSI with a 10 period simple moving average applied to the chart. And this is going to be our filter mechanism. We're going to get confirmation from the RSI whether the trade is something that we can take or not. So we're going to start with a long trade. So price is underneath all the different channels, and then we get a close above the thick 20 exponential moving average, this blue one. And I'm going to draw a line that goes through this candle. This is going to be potentially our entry candle. Now what we need to see on the RSI, now you'll notice there's a 55 and a 45 level. Generally an RSI prints with a 50 level, but we've broken that apart into a 45 and a 55. We want the RSI, when we get a signal, what potentially could be a signal, we want the RSI to be above the signal line, its moving average, and above the 55 level. So we have all of the criteria met on this one candle. The candle closes above the 20 period exponential moving average, the blue one. We have the RSI above the 10 SMA, and we have it above this 55 level. So at this point, we can place a trade to go long. I'm going to mark this on the chart. This is where we'd enter the trade. Our stop loss would go just underneath the thick red line. This is where our initial stop loss is going to be. Not on the line. I don't want to put it on the line. I want to put it just below the line. I'm going to zoom in so we can see this a little better. And then from there, as far as a profit target goes, I would like to place a 1-to-1. So if my stop loss is 20 pips, my profit target is also going to be 20 pips. So I've got a 1-to-1 target placed. Now you can go for a 2-to-1, you can go for a 3-to-1, whatever you want to do. For me though, I almost always go for the 1-to-1 targets. They are very easily hit, and you don't have to wait around too long for your targets to get hit. Once the trade is in motion, once we've got new candles printing, I'm going to start managing the trade along the blue dotted line. This is the 10 EMA of the lows. The initial stop loss goes just under the 20 EMA, but as the trade progresses, I'm going to start managing my stop loss under the 10 EMA. So I'm going to draw another line. Let's just pick a candle. This candle, let's say, opens and it's forming. The 10 EMA is right here. So my stop loss at that particular candle would go just underneath the 10 EMA. So as this trade progresses, I am reducing the risk on my trade more and more and more. Let's say this candle right here. We're going to be looking at this one. This candle opens and it's forming. The 10 EMA is above where we entered the price. So I could be at a break-even trade at this point. The ability to manage a stop loss is such an important aspect to any trading system. And then finally, we get taken out in profit and we're done with the trade. So let's take a look at a short example. Now, these kinds of trades are all over the place. We will not have to look very far for any of them. Just going to get rid of the lines. We'll start over again. So for a short trade, the exact same rules are going to apply, just in reverse. We're going to look for the market starting above the channels and then closing below the low 20 EMA. So what we've got is this candle here drops below. So we are now got a candle that closes below the channels. So we've got the close below the channel. Now we're going to take a look at the RSI. Is the RSI below its moving average? Yes. Is it below the 45? In a buy trade, we want it to be above the 55. In a sell trade, we want it to be below the 45. And all of that criteria is met. We can place a sell trade at this point. So what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So this is the candle that closes, and it is below the 20. RSI is below its signal line, and it's also below the 45. We can place a trade or an entry to go short. Stop loss goes just above the high 20 EMA. In this case, it's the thick blue line. And as the trade progresses, we're going to manage it along the dotted line. My take profit is going to be 1-to-1. So we've got a 1-to-1 take profit. We get taken out here, and during the trade, our stop loss is being moved. It's being moved along the 10 period of the highs. So we had managed to reduce the risk on this trade by about 2/3. We were taken out in profit. It was a nice trade. And if we had been stopped out, which is going to happen from time to time, our trade management techniques are going to make sure that whatever we lose is going to be less than what we make on the trades. So we have all kinds of examples, short trades, long trades, everywhere you look. Is this a long trade? I'm going to get rid of these other lines for right now. And all the criteria is met. We close above the thick moving averages. The RSI is above its moving average, above its signal line. And at this point, it's also above the 55. Entry when the candle closes. Stop loss underneath the thick channel. 1-to-1 profit target is placed. And as the trade progresses, we're going to manage the trade with our stop loss along the 10 period of the lows. Now, an alternate way to get out of a trade is to use the RSI as well. If we're in the trade and the trade progresses, the RSI is above its signal line or its moving average. We can wait. If we want to hold on to the trade, we can wait until the RSI drops back below its signal line, which is here. So we would hold on to the trade until this candle, where the RSI drops below its moving average. So we'd get into the trade here, manage it along the 10 EMA of the lows. We won't place a take profit. Instead, we're just going to manage the trade with our stop loss along the 10 EMA of the lows. And once we get the RSI crossing over, then we're going to exit the trade. So that is the Power Pro, the Forex Power Pro trading system. It's a very simple system, but it's a very effective trading system as well. We've got a short. At this point, trades are everywhere. We don't have to look very far. Trades are everywhere. Enter at the close. As it closes below the moving averages, we have the RSI below its signal line, below the 45. All the criteria is met. Stop loss goes above the thick moving average of the highs. And then as the trade is progressing, we trail it along the dotted line, the 10 EMA of the highs. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you make a lot of money with this trading system.